Howdy y'all, Stock Warden here back with another video. Today we're looking at Palantir Technologies and we're going to do some updates on what this stock should be trending over the next couple of days for the rest of the week. So today we started out strong and ended up coming back and breaking even practically with the way we ended up on Friday, which isn't too bad of a deal, especially since we did have a good day in the market today since Donald Trump and China ended up creating a trade deal. Not really what we had all hoped for, because they just created a 90-day pause on their tariffs where they're not doing 140% and 120%. Now they've just backed it off to a low percentage rate of tariffs in between the two countries. So we ended up having a good market day just off of that news in itself. But that is not over. So the volatility on that is still something to hold strong on, because there will more than likely end up being a pullback off of those negotiations, because they're going to go back and forth within the next 90 days. But we also had a solid deal that actually did get completed and confirmed with the UK. So back more onto some of the Palantir structure. Palantir Technologies ended up getting the highest price target today through Bank of America. Bank of America boosted the price target for Palantir Technologies at $150 a share. That has got to be the highest estimate so far among major Wall Street firms, being at Bank of America, to be pushing for Palantir Technologies to go to that kind of a height. Because most of all the different banks and all of the other stock scores, they've been giving Palantir a couple of dollars here and a couple of dollars there, where they've upgraded from your 90s and your hundreds to 110, 115, and we have had quite a few 125s. But now we have an incoming directly from the Bank of America, which is a huge Wall Street firm and a huge bank all the way across the country, where they're giving Palantir 150 a share. That's definitely not something to leave in the shade. So bringing that out to light is definitely going to be and bring in some positive feedback for Palantir, and also keep the positivity in for the rest of the stock and shareholders. So they're keeping it as a buy rating. So that's going to continue that on as well. But they're also believing that they want to keep this buy rating and at 150 a share, because the U.S. government has a new directive where they're going to completely be focusing on overhauling the Department of Defense and how they handle tech contracts, and looking at that as a long-term boost for Palantir. Because if they upgrade the defense budget, then that's going to upgrade Palantir's budget as well, because Palantir is so heavily invested into the defense sector with your Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, and others. So with the executive order that was titled Modernizing Defense Acquisitions and Spurring Innovation, is going to end up completely reshaping all of the military's procurement for all of these different needs and all of these different steps into Palantir being not just a part of the big three, but they will become the fourth big in the market play as that comes in. So as we're looking at today's buy, we're going to come in and let me zoom in here for a little bit closer look so we can get our lines proper. So as we know, we had our 52-week high of $125.41. So we're just going to start with our line there. So because we ended up being 20 cents less just the other day on our next top earner right here, where we ended on $124.64. Then we're going to turn around and we're going to come in and see where this top resistant line is that we are very close to being able to come up and touch, maybe even seeing a breakthrough this week. It's very possible. But then we're going to come down here and we're going to look at where we ended up bouncing our resistance here. where we came off of $107, almost right at $108, where it came straight across from here and also across to here and also right here on the bottom of this one as well. So this is going to be our bottom line that we're looking at for right now, about this $107 a share marker. So as we will go ahead and continue this trend, it seems like, as the way the flag is coming, is that we have another solid bull flag in the mix. So because whenever we come in, with us having a bottom down here, with us having almost another solid 52-week high, with a short regression bouncing off of our resistance level here at the 107 and being able to make a comeback like this, then it's very possible that our bull flag is going to continue going. Now, on the other side of that, there's a short caveat to the way this is going, because it's not just about the market on how good it's doing and how good Palantir's doing, but we also have to look at Donald Trump is going into the Middle East tomorrow to talk trade deals with them, and to be able to possibly, I'm sure they're going to end up talking about the denuclearization of Iran as well while he is in that part of the world. So those issues are probably going to turn around and reshape some of the market as well, and bring in even more volatility back to this stock and others. But as it stands right now, that is going to be a great direction for Palantir, because a lot of those other countries are wanting to buy all of this new technology that we're coming out with, and Palantir is at the forefront of technology as far as the defense and the government sector goes. So they're definitely going to be on the docket for being definitely bought multiple times over all the way across the world, if America even allows that to be able to go to other countries as well, because there are some things that we keep to ourselves. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention another great thing that comes with Palantir. They have a great strategic partnership with Archer Aviation. Archer Aviation is a company that designs specific electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, which they also dabble into drones as well. So I'm sure that is going to be something that's going to be huge in the aviation department, because they're also been building air taxis, where they're being able to transport people across the air instead of being on the ground, be able to get to places quicker and faster doing that. But they have this partnership with Palantir because they're wanting to build AI for these to bring in the future of the next generation aviation technology. So with Palantir being a big portion of the government sector for the drones and for their targeting systems and everything like that, then their AI can also help in the aviation sector as well, which the aviation department, let's just be honest, they have not been doing so hot lately with all of the crashes and the fatalities. That's got a lot of people shook. So, with all that being said, that's the news, and that's the updates for Palantir Technologies. Looking at the way the stock is trending and the way the market is going, we do have some volatility that's still going to end up being a short hindrance, possibly bring the stock back down a little bit into the resistance level. But if everything continues to stay good and the world continues to stay straight, then it's very possible that we will end up coming up and testing this resistance line, and maybe even having a breakthrough for a new 52-week high come the end of this week, or at any point this week at all. So I hope y'all like the video. If you do, leave a like. If there's a different stock that you want to see, or a stock that you have that takes up most of your portfolio, drop it down in the comments below. I'd love to be able to look at a different stock to be able to share with the community. So, this is the Stock Warden riding off. So y'all come back now, you hear?